Welcome everyone to Facebook Live. I have a three-part series starting today, and there may be a little noise in the background because I'm working from my home office right now. So hopefully that doesn't disturb the volume. I don't think it'll be too bad. So I'm doing a three-part series because I did a poll and I wanted to know what you wanted to learn. And many of you were asking, how do I do Facebook Lives? How do I do videos? So I broke it down into three parts. This is for you if you are wanting to do more Facebook Lives, do them more effectively, get more of a watch, get more of an involvement engagement, and ultimately bring in more people to hear you and ultimately buy your services as well. So if you're interested in expanding your business with Facebook Live, this is for you. And today, in part one, I'm going to teach you how to do a Facebook Live really well. I mean, anybody can do a Facebook Live. All you got to do is press the button and you're on. But that's not the way to do Facebook Live. It's not the way to run a business. So we are all entrepreneurs in this community. And to be a successful, thriving entrepreneur, you have to be, number one, strategic. That everything you do is not just slap on some spaghetti, some ideas. Be strategic in how you do it and how you bring out your information, and that's what I'm going to start showing you today. So if you have pen and paper, these are going to be really valuable videos to take some notes on. Of course, you can always come back and listen to them as well. All right, and the other two will be each Tuesday Facebook Live. I'll announce when it's on, what time. If you get on live, it's really good because then you can ask questions. If you're on, by the way, say hi, put in your name. I just want to see who's here. And if you're on the replay, it's an opportunity for you to get the same information as well. By the way, just so you know, since we're teaching about Facebook Lives, more people watch the replay than lives unless you have a larger community. And even in a larger community, and I'm talking large community like 5,000 and up. Even if you have 2,000 or 3,000 in your group, there's really a small percentage that participate many times in lives, unless it's a challenge. And when you do a challenge, more people get excited and involved. All right, so let's get into the guts and get how to do a Facebook Live effectively. Number one is the whole purpose and the intent of Facebook Lives is to teach some important strategies for your target market. Share strategies, share tips, ideas, insights, anything that applies to your community. So that means, number one, you're clear who your target market is. If you're not clear, you're just going to say, oh, one day I'm going to talk about this, and then I'll talk about camping, and you can talk about different things, and you want to personalize it. But if you don't bring it all together with what you do, people are going to feel disjointed when they listen to you, and they're not going to know what you represent. And they're going to say, oh, I thought she did fitness training, but today she's talking about cooking a recipe and then her daughter at school. How does that all fit in? And it gets confusing, and they stop watching you because they tuned into you for your expertise and knowledge. So really have that in the back of your mind when you're developing your content. So how do you know what kind of content to give out there that's going to be valuable to your audience and make sense? Number one, it's just like I said, know your audience. And once you know your audience, you can start listing out their problems and what they're needing. So here's an example. Here's a niche or audience, mom entrepreneurs who are stressed out and overwhelmed. That's a niche, right? So we're going to use that as an example. So that coach who works with mom entrepreneurs who are stressed and overwhelmed would take a piece of paper, which you're going to do if you want to do this. Think of your niche audience. So when you're replaying this, just pause this and do this, because the quicker you do it, the quicker you're going to get to do Facebook Lives. She thinks about her mom entrepreneurs who are stressed, and she asks these questions. What does my audience need? struggle with, and desire. Need, struggle with, and desire. And just start writing really fast. They need this, they want this, they're desiring, they're struggling. Now what'll happen as you start writing these topics, these answers to these questions, you're now going to have 15, 20 topics off the bat, I guarantee you, in a few minutes, if you just take the time, literally in a few minutes. Those topics that you come up with will be topics for your video lives, and they all relate to your audience. Do you see how simple but strategic that is? If you're watching now or on the replay, just write in, yeah, that makes sense. That's simple and strategic. And so here's an example. So the mom entrepreneurs, she starts writing and she says, well, they want to learn how to de-stress. That's a topic. They want to learn how to balance work and family. They want to find me time. There you go. 3 titles right there that you could do for a Facebook Live. Now, how long should it be? That I can't say. If you're doing a quick tip, it might be a 3 to 5 minute video. I do Facebook Lives that range from 3 to 5 minutes to 20 minutes. And then you can also create Facebook Live master classes or mini trainings so they're longer. But it's easier for you, especially when you're starting out, to do it in bite-sized small. And people are moving all the time through Facebook. They might be watching you going to work. They might be listening to you while they're cooking. So sometimes the attention spans are short because they're inundated. And so I would suggest go for the shorter version of Facebook Lives more than the longer. Better. So now you got your topics, and the next strategic thing you need to do is get out. Do I have it here? Yep. I use printacalendar.com. I print out a 1-month calendar, and you see for this week, I put down everything that I'm going to do. Strategic. Don't slap it on. I repeat. Because people feel that. You know, they want to count on you for right information, and you put in personal when you want to, but weave it into the topic. Make sense? Okay. Now, how should you construct your content in a Facebook Live that's effective, that people will listen from beginning to end? Don't put too much information. The biggest thing I see is people try to cram in a whole bunch of stuff. I have a tendency sometimes to do that because I want to give so much, but it overloads the brain. I was just listening to like a TED Talk the other day, and they only had 6 minutes. It was a form of it. And the guy was full of information. But in 6 minutes, he put in what should have been in an hour, and he was just cramming it all in. It was totally not effective. I couldn't follow him. My friend liked it. Somehow she picked up on it. I guess she has a faster brain processing than me. But for most of us, we were like lost. And the poor guy was probably brilliant, but he missed the whole point because he was trying to give us something of value, and it was too much. Sometimes just 1 point or 2 is plenty for people to bite down on and want. You can do another video on other things. Now I'm going to tell you a great thing about Facebook Lives too. It's really going to, I think, be very good for you, that you'll be happy with. And what it is you can repurpose that video live. And what that means is, instead of thinking, oh, now I got to do blogs and I should be doing all this because you want to, put your content out wherever you can. Nope, you don't have to do that. You can take this video live, which I do sometimes, and transfer it. Oh, thanks for the like, whoever that was. Whoever's on, say hi, because I can't see you unless you type in your name. But somebody liked it that's watching. You can take your Facebook Lives and transfer it in a nanosecond to YouTube. Of course, you have to have a YouTube channel. It's free just to sign up for it. For those of you who know, that's how I started out. I started out doing YouTube information, and I still have a YouTube channel where I do marketing and mindset. It's Dacia. Hey, Dacia. And I still do that as well. And you can transfer your Facebook Live to YouTube, and now globally people could see it. But another way, if you don't do YouTube, that's fine. You can take this one, still transfer it to YouTube channel, and in your blog or to your email list, connect them to this video. So you're repurposing, you don't have to redo the content. So, and if you don't know how to do a Facebook Live to YouTube, everything is Googled. In fact, I don't even Google it. I go to YouTube and I say, how do I transfer my Facebook Live to YouTube? And it's a very quick thing. You can actually do it on your phone. It's so simple. So, but of course the difference between Facebook Live and YouTube, the biggest is engagement. So when you are talking on Facebook Live, if you noticed, I did sometimes some things, I'll say if you agreed, give me a yes or say hi. There's more engagement when you're doing more of a Facebook Live. People can ask questions, and if they have a question, you can answer it live there. So you try to encourage people to come live when they can. Now, if they watch the replay and they have a question, just go back to the video and make sure to answer it. The more you answer, you're still engaging, even if it's after the fact. And that engagement of questions and people talking and answering creates energy and momentum. It also will give you information if you ask a good question for more topics to create. So let's say it's the mom entrepreneur and she's doing a Facebook Live on how to de-stress. And she asked the question, what's the number one thing that stresses you out? And they write that in. Now she has more topics. Whatever they say, she can do a live on that. So let's say they write in, one of the biggest things that stresses me out is when my kids misbehave and I lose my temper and I don't know what to do. There's topics right there, how to handle your own temper so you can handle it better. Or behavioral techniques for children when they're angry. Tons comes out just like that. Many people go, I don't know what to talk about. This video is about helping you jumpstart the ideas. And there are hundreds and thousands of ideas that you have in your brain. It's just that you have to take some time, quiet time, and just think, what would they be? And once you have them written down, get out your calendar. I like to do it handwritten and put them in, which Facebook Lives I'm going to do. So for today, I have these part 3 series, so every Tuesday I'm going to be putting in which topic you will get. So I hope this was valuable to you. Most important, what we talked about today is be strategic in your content. And next week I'm going to show you how to get people interested to watch your video. So like for example in this one right now, we don't have a lot of lives right here, but we're going to have replays. That's what happens a lot with mine because I'm putting them in the middle of the day. And in order for a bunch more people to watch them, I have to have something really interesting to intrigue them. And you're going to find out what that is in the next video. So if you like this video, please give me a like and put in a comment what was helpful for you, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great day. Oh, one last comment. Dacia says, simple but strategic will be now my mantra. Yes! We'll say goodbye on that note. Bye-bye, everyone.